Hey y'all. Hey. Better known as Kenni. And I'm married for 6 years now. And something special about me is I write books.
Here in September. Something unique about me, I sing, and I have a lot of tasks that I can do. So I'm a multitasker and a master of many.
Okay. I'm Marquita Fonville, and I've been married to my husband for going on 2 years. It'll be actually 2 years February. And I have 2 girls. The special thing about me is being able to deal with everything that's going on. I have a busy life, and not only that, me and my husband try to keep the romance alive. So we try to go on a date every week. So that's what I consider, I guess, that special thing.
I like to always ask people this question. I talk about it in my book. I talk about it on my radio show. Tell me why you got married. And for you, I know you're not married, so you can tell us what you look for in getting married.
Well, when I met my husband, the first quality that I liked was the fact that he was open and honest. It wasn't no sugarcoating. You know, like most times you meet the representative when you meet somebody. You don't meet that true person. You wait about 6-7 months to get in good. Then you start seeing your true colors. For him, it was just who he was. Great communicator, fearful of God, and was about making things happen. Not shooting jive or twiddling your fingers. Let's make some things happen. And so, you know, after we built a long relationship, we've been together 4 years, a year married, and we're best friends.
Well, with my husband, it's kind of a weird situation because I've been knowing him since high school. We were high school sweethearts, and it's a long story actually. We dated for a little bit in high school, and even a little bit after high school, but our relationship didn't work out. Several times we got back together, you know, that kind of thing. Get back, break up, get back together, get craziness. And I actually married someone else. He went his separate way. My relationship with my first husband didn't work out. I was married for 3 years. And Ramel found me on Yahoo Instant Messenger. And he was like, hey, what's up? And he's been in my life ever since. I was pregnant with my first daughter when he got contact back with me. And I married him because, aside from the fact that I loved him, it was more so also how he dealt with my daughter, because that wasn't his. But he treated her like his own, and that touched my heart. And then another thing, I'm a spiritual woman too. And with my husband, I'm gonna be honest, I couldn't be good with him at all. So in my mind, it was like, okay.
Your first husband?
No. This Ramel. I couldn't be good with him at all. So I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna keep sinning against God. So I'm gonna do what I gotta do. Right. And he was like, well, marry me. So I said yes. You know, the love was there.
Right, all right.
He was already good with my daughter. We were dating. I've been knowing him. We were best friends. Why not? You know?
Well, with Kelvin and I, we went to high school together, but don't get it twisted. We were not high school sweethearts. We didn't talk. We didn't run in the same circle. None of that kind of stuff yet. No. On every side of the fence. And we found each other on College Club. I don't even know if they still have their website going with College Club.
They cancel my membership. I don't know.
And after me and Kelvin started dating, I didn't go back on College Club. But College Club, I saw him and said, hey, I remember you. Because, you know, I remember his name. I don't know why, but I did. And he said, I remember you too, because he remembered my name.
Right.
So started talking from there. I think we got married. We had some of the same desires in life. We both wanted a big family. What were we thinking? He was very family oriented, and my family, we get together for Christmas, and some of our cousins aunties we talk to here and there. We might get together for birthdays, but as tight as his family is, my family not really that tight. And I like that he wanted to be more. He wanted to have more. I'm a very ambitious person. I said I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna do it. I'm about the business, and I could see that potential in him. He wanted, to do the same thing, own his own business. He knew what he wanted to do, and I like that he had goals. You can't hang with me. You don't have no goals. It's just not gonna work. So he was very attentive when we were dating. He was very attentive, made me feel special. The newness of y'all, giddy and so in love. And so one day, it kind of freaked me out. We went to my best friend's wedding, and he said to me, "You know what? You're gonna be my wife." I'm like, okay. I'm thinking like, okay, what's really going on? But on our second day, I should have known he was telling the truth, because on our second day, we went to a mall. We were hanging out with some of my girlfriends, and I stopped at this little jewelry kiosk, and I was looking at some rings. And he said, "You like that one?" Because I tried this one on. I said, "Yeah." I walked off, he bought the ring. He said, "Here, because I'm telling you, you're going to be my wife." But man was serious. He was for real. And we got married. maybe a year, maybe 6 months to a year later, it all really happened real quickly. It was real quick. But no regrets. Life is hard. Marriage is a task.
It's a full-time job.
It really is, because you have to nurture that relationship. You can't just be like, okay, I'm married, and then go about your business. No. What you said about the keeping the romance and all that, that's very real, because you can get so easily and complacent just existing. Going to work, coming home, tending to the kids, going to work, coming home. But you gotta have that time for yourself. It's hard.
It's especially like that too when you go into a marriage with children already, like in my situation. You're already busy as it is, taking care of life and everything else that you have to do. And some people may look like, okay, you only been married a year, you only been married for 2 years, and you need to keep the romance alive. Yeah, definitely. Because anyway, the first 2 years of marriage is the hardest anyway, because you've never lived with that person before.
That's true.
You've never lived with them. You don't know what kind of lifestyle, what kind of you love them, and you've accepted the fact that no matter what, you'll be able to deal with it.
Right.
But it's still an adjustment for both of you. Plus, kids. Yeah. So we go out, we have ourselves a few drinks, and we be happy. And we can start the next day happy, or the next work week happy. We'll get stressed and have arguments, but by the time that weekend comes, and we can have ourselves a good time together, all that drama during the week, it dissolves for some reason. It goes away. That's why I did it.
Communication is important too. You gotta have communication.
And it's hard though, because I am older. It's hard to just feel like you're wasting your time sometimes on some of these jokings. But hopefully, eventually, one day, I'll be like y'all.
I have mad respect for single people, because honestly, I look at the whole picture. Both situations are blessings to me. If you're single, that's a blessing. If you're married, that's also a blessing. There's so many things that you can do single, and there's a lot of things that you can do while you're married. And I tried to explain that to my sister too. She's 23, and she's in that state, like what you were saying, and she really wants to get married and rush it, and Marquita, you're married, and yada yada yada. I'm like, girl, you went to New York, and you didn't have to let nobody know where you were going. And all you had to do, thank you. All you had to do was put in your time at work, save your money, and go. See, with me, we can't do that. We have family. We have to make sure that it's okay with our husbands. Like, look, baby, can I go here? Not necessarily asking permission, but we have other people that we have to respect. We have responsibilities. You don't have to worry about that. You may be lacking in, the romance and all that other stuff, but there's so many things that you can do while you're single. Don't, beat yourself up.
And when you're when you're in your early 20s, you're pretty much trying to find yourself, because you don't know who you are. You're very fresh out of high school. You on your own, because you've been living with your parents. Now you're on your own in school, and you really feeling yourself.
So when you get married, 22, 23, you don't know who you are. You don't start knowing who you are until you're about 25, getting into 30. Because if you don't experience some things, and so now you're like, okay, this is what I'm going to tolerate, this is what I'm not going to tolerate. This is what I look for, this is what I ain't going to look for. So, you know, this is give you a time to know who you are in those early 20 years.
We got married when we were 21, and I'm sure it was I'm sure many people will probably be saying, that's not me right here.
I thought they were crazy.
But we did it nonetheless, and what you said is very true. Who we were, let me not speak for him. Who I was when we were 21 is not who I am now. And over the course of the last 6 years, we been through a lot, seen a lot, done a lot. There's some hurt feelings, and some good times now. But you know, it made me different. It made me see things different, and I think your values change.
Definitely. Especially when the children come into the mix, right?
Right. Especially with the children, because those chocolates. Yeah. Enough said.
I love them. I'm soon to find out.
Yeah, I love them. But something you said remind me of the topic that we're really supposed to be talking about today, and that's submission. Women submitting to our husband. I don't know what day it was, but I was listening to the radio on my way to work, B103. I really listen to them, but I was listening this morning, or that morning, and Elle was saying something about it's hard for us single black women, to submit to our men. I didn't catch the rest, but it made me think. And I was wondering, okay, is that really true? So I thought about it, and I thought about myself, and I know I'm a very strong-minded person. I think that I'm a very dominant person. I try to control a lot of things, and I know I need to check myself at times and fall back and let my husband, handle things, or step up, speak up, whatever. And I was wondering, okay, if I feel like that, do other women feel like that? Do other black women? I'm gonna be specific because I think that other black women are very, strong-minded people, strong-minded women. Because so many black women have done that single-parented thing, single-minded thing, and had to be both, father figure and mother figure to the children.
Or grew up in a household like that.
Or grew up in a household like I did. I grew up in a household like that. My husband, grew up in a household like that.